Yo, what is going on, guys? Jay here, back at it with more bikes. We got the X Pros. These are the Storm DLX 250s, and well, we already know how to put them together. I made a dedicated video on how to do that, but today we will talk about how to get them registered when you have one of these and one of these. Many people I've seen in the used market, tons of them, where they don't either care or they just don't know what to do. But in this video, I'll do my best to explain it. Alright, so let's say you place an order online. It is the modern way of doing it nowadays, and you get your beautiful looking bike in your front door. Basically, I got mine right here in front of my garage. They come in a crate, you put it together, but now you have to make it legal. You see, I live in Florida. Many states are different. You have to follow your local laws, but I think that most states are quite similar when it comes to registering a vehicle. This is my belief. It could be different. I know California has very strict laws and regulations, so you have to follow with your DMV to see what they are. So me being in Florida, it has been actually quite easy. It has always been easy, but that's because I follow all the steps to the dot. In this case, we have two DLX, the Storm DLX 250s. We have the green one, which is mine, and this is my stepson. Now these are street legal bikes just because they follow everything that you need on the road to be able to ride it. So it has turn signals, that's one of them. It comes with horn. It comes with a headlight. It has a speedometer. It's right here, okay? I don't know if you guys can see that. It has a speedometer, odometer, tachometer. It has everything, okay? It even tells you the voltage of the battery, and it has a gear indicator as well. It's not just for neutral, but when you are in first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, it tells you as well, and that is required by law. You have to have it. Another thing you have to have is turn signals. Okay, as you can see, these are functioning, and I think I already mentioned this part, but this is the horn, okay, that I was talking about also. All right, it has a very loud horn, and then the headlights, and of course you have to have high beams and low beams. On the rear side, you have to have a tag holder with the tail light, the turn signals, and also you have to have the little light that illuminates the tag at nighttime. Okay, and the last thing you need is street tires. Okay, so those are the things you need on your bike. So this one follows all of them, and that's why I was able to tag both of them. So yes, I have a tag for both of these bikes, and now I can ride them on the road and off-road as well. So when you order these bikes separately, in this case I got a little envelope, if you want to call it like that, a little padded envelope, and I got this via UPS. Okay, it was shipped to me, and inside I had what is called the certificate of origin. Okay, many people don't know what this is. This is basically telling the DMV what you are registering. Okay, so on the certificate of origin, you're going to have the manufacturer, which is up here. You're going to have the date that you purchased it, the VIN number. Now body type, this is very important. This will determine if this is a street legal motorcycle or a off-road vehicle. So if it is only a off-road vehicle, because it doesn't have everything that I just told you that you need to have it on the road, then you have to have it as motorcycle off-road only. Okay, and what this does is that you're not going to get a actual tag. What you will get instead is a sticker that says OHV, which stands for off-highway vehicle. Okay, with this sticker, again, you don't get a tag. You have to place it usually around the fork here. And what this allows you to do is to ride it at dedicated ATV parks. Okay, but again, it is only for off-road use. Okay, so that's very important. Sometimes when you buy these online, the seller makes the mistake of putting off-road only when these are street legal bikes. And again, it has to follow all the rules like I already mentioned, and if that's the case, they have to send you another one that says only motorcycle. Okay, after that, you're gonna have the year, the make, in this case is Suma, the pounds that it weighs, so on and so forth. Okay, so yes, it has to be signed. And on the rear side, this is also very important, it has to have the dealer's name. In this case is Power Sports Max, the dealer number, and it has to be signed by the representative, including here the odometer. Typically it is 2. That's what they usually put on there, I guess, because of the testament stuff. And then it has to be signed again by the seller at the bottom and printed with the dealer number again. So where I put the X's, you had to fill that out yourself before you get to the DMV. So on the top, that's for your name. The second line, that's for your full address. And then you go here to this box, which is almost at the bottom of it. And then you're going to see here that it says signature of purchaser and the printed name. Okay, so you fill this out and you bring it all filled out to the DMV. Just pay attention to where it says body type. If it says off-road only and they made the mistake because it is supposed to be street legal, they have to send you another one. But if it's truly an off-road only vehicle that doesn't have all the things that you need to be on the road, then it has to say off-road only. Okay, so after that you get something called the bill of sale. This has to go along with that, and it has to have matching VIN numbers. Okay, it has to say what you purchased, it has to have a price, and it has to say whether or not you paid for taxes. In this case, I didn't pay for taxes, I paid for shipping, and the DMV will collect the taxes. So you can see right here that I purchased 2 of them at that price plus shipping. It came to about almost it came to $2,800. Okay, and it has to have the address, and your name is not really necessary, but it has to have the matching VIN number with the certificate of origin. Okay, then what you do next is that you bring these 2 together along with your driver's license to the DMV, and you tell them what you want to do, and they will do it for you. Now, as far as having a motorcycle license, many people also get this a little bit mixed up. You still have to have the endorsement because this is a 250cc motorcycle, so it exceeds the minimum, which is 50 cc's, or that's actually the maximum that you can ride a motorcycle on the road without a motorcycle license. Okay, now you can still register the bike and get the tag and everything perfect. You can get everything you need, the tag, the title, the registration, everything perfect. But on your driver's license later on, as soon as you can, you have to pass that safety class where that allows you to get that certification that you can ride motorcycle. And then you have to go back to the DMV and show them that you passed the class, and they're going to give you the endorsement on the back side of your driver's license. Okay, this is all very needed in order for you to ride 100% legal. Now, when it comes to just registering the bike and getting the tag, the title, and everything, you don't need that endorsement right away on your driver's license. Like I said, you can still register it without the need of the endorsement. Okay, just know that if you get caught riding it and you don't get that endorsement, that's a misdemeanor, at least here in Florida, including $500 fine, and I think it's up to 3 months of jail time. Okay, just keep that in mind. But yes, guys, with that being said, this is how you register Chinese motorcycles in general, regardless whether it is a off-road only or if it's a road bike. Regardless of what it is, that's the procedure that you have to follow. Okay, I explained everything, I think, pretty clearly, but like always, if you have any questions, you can comment down below and ask whatever questions, and I'll do my best to answer as soon as possible. With this being said, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, and share. We're going to be taking these to the parks, ATV parks, very shortly, and that's going to be another video for you to see how these X-Pro Storm DLX 250s can do, and they are a lot of fun. Well, guys, catch you in my next one.